Folks, we have a special treat this morning. My friend Nathan Lowe is here, the American Dog Whisperer. He is based in Indianapolis, but he is beginning to pick up clients in other places as well.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
So we wanted to bring him in. And Nathan, let's talk a little bit as we get started. And we've got some video I'm going to roll here in a minute, but let's talk about your overall philosophy with training dogs. My observation has been that you communicate with dogs like Spots here the way animals communicate with each other.
Yes, and in specific, the way a canine parent communicates with their puppy.
Okay.
So what I find in my work is that most of the time the way humans behave with their dog simulates more the way a puppy behaves with a parent. So when someone says, "Hi, baby," "Hi," that's a puppy tone. Well, then the dog gets this parental instinct to claim, to watch for you. So when you go to the park, they're scanning everything. They can't relax. So the idea is, if we're going to become canine parents of a canine and simulate it so they have the best life possible and the clearest boundaries possible, we have to act more like a canine parent, not a human parent.
So we have got to establish ourselves as the alpha.
Well, and it's not so much the alpha as it is the parent. So I don't know too many parents who would say, "I'm the alpha in my kid's relationship." That concept was taken a little too extreme, where people thought it's not about just extreme dominance, it's about parental authority. When you violate a social norm as a dog, I need to know, and I need to let you know in a canine way. So the primary thing to learn is body language, canine body language. So I teach people how to simulate that, so the dog says, "Didn't know you spoke my language," right? Like, for instance, you talked about Spot leaning. The lean is a claim, right? A dog knows that. Another dog would know. If he went up to a dominant Rottweiler and went like that, how far you think that would go? You think the Rottweiler would be like, "Oh, it's so cute." No, he'd get that because he knows you can't claim me. Those are the little missed signals that happen.
And folks were not privy to this. I was just observing the way you were interacting with Spots while I was reading the
I was hoping I wasn't distracted.
Well, no, but you have... I think, and I'm being completely honest here, I don't think Spots has the same respect for me as he does for my wife. Because
we were talking about
she takes more of a direct approach with him, as you do. He looks at me as his roommate and his running buddy, as opposed to somebody who's in charge.
And it's important, that relationship, it's important that you be parental. The thing is, when we domesticated dogs, they were wolves once, they stay juvenile their whole life. A wolf doesn't. They mature and they're thinking, these guys, you see how old he is and he still, a wolf would never act that way at his age. So we have the responsibility to lead them, learn their language, communicate, "Hey, I got this, you can relax. Be a dog, you don't need to be my parent."
Let's roll some of the video, because here's some examples. You're working with Amelia here.
Right, so here's body language with the shelter dog that I met. Okay, so see how I asked for space. Everything for a dog is about space here. Now I say, no, and that little motion tells her, "Back off, that's my treat. Now, if I discard it, you can have it." Here was a situation with a bunch of dogs that would just buzz the door. So what I have to do is ask for space. By the way, George, when a guest comes, you claim your guests and you let your dogs know, "That's my puppy coming in, so give some space." That's what this means to a dog. It's not just teaching a dog abstract. So here's my puppy coming in, by the way. I don't know that she knew that's what she was. So once I get them help, she can come in, and then when they calm down, now we can go greet. Because we realize that's his puppy, so we're going to be respectful around Nathan's puppy. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's the message to them. And now here's a dog that was really, really difficult that they had me work with. So this is not running out of gate. And again, see how it's space again? It's space in front of the door, it's space in front of the kennel, it's space in front of the food. That's how you assert parental authority. Ask for space with your body.
All right, let's talk about how people can get in touch with you, because you take on clients, you work one-on-one with a family and with the dog.
Exclusively in-home. So people can find me at AmericanDogWhisperer.com. You can book through Facebook, my American Dog Whisperer Facebook. It's important to know you're going to be, as you mentioned earlier, you're going to be the one trained, right? The dog will respond if you speak their first language. So it really is about coaching you in the proper look and feel of a canine parent. And I've had huge success with people, and I do travel everywhere. So anywhere through, I've traveled out of Indiana as well. So that American Dog Whisperer, I changed my name to because it's broadening. So I'd love to help folks in Michiana, in this area. I'm sure there are dogs that have needs here.
And I think the point bears repeating, that you as the dog owner have to be trained as well, because I think that might be one of the mistakes I've made with Spots, because he had a very good dog trainer when I was working in Milwaukee. but he and I didn't work together as much as he worked with Spots.
Yes.
So,
and that's why I do in-home. I can take your dog and in 5 minutes they can do what I want.
Right.
But that's not the point. So you give me your money and you still don't have a solution. I need to show you and to say, you didn't notice you moved this, stand up straighter. Oh, and then all of a sudden the dog responds. They say, oh, I see. Most of us don't even know what we're doing till we're told.
Yep.
So coaching that is important.
We are going to put a link to to your Facebook page at WNDU.com if you want to get in touch with Nathan Lowe, the American Dog Whisperer. We'll be back in a moment.